Finkelstein Wolfhart. I'm the Art Wolf. How? Welcome to the San Francisco Fall Show. We are showing an exhibition of sculpture, painting, photography, works on paper, and collectible design by contemporary women artists. Please join me. So here we have our Mod Pod chair. This is a project by House of Meeshie, who also helped consult on the booth design. Thank you so much to Meeshie. And she brought in Londubh Studio to paint this gorgeous, gorgeous chair, which is originally from the 1960s and has been reimagined for today. Over here, we have a beautiful side table by Linette Dai Design in Los Angeles. And I actually approached Linette just because I love everything she does and asked if she wanted to make a piece for the show. And she made this specifically for the show. You can see this beautiful pop of green lacquer on the bottom, which happens to be the color of the fall show. And it's just so beautifully made, and it has a calfskin leather top. On the table, we're showing this bowl by Susanna Speirs Ali, which is called Continuum, and it's hand-hammered bronze bowl. Just sits in this beautiful little ring. Over here, we have another new piece from Susanna Speirs Ali. As you may know, she's a professor of the Metal Arts program at Cal State University, Long Beach. This piece is called Gaia, like Mother Earth. She's using all four metals here: bronze, cast iron, brass, and steel. This is not gold leaf. Some people have been asking that. This is hand raised using techniques they've been using for thousands of years: an anvil, a hammer, and a woman with fire. If you want to take a peek inside, there's this perfect ring sitting inside the cast iron bowl, and you can see it's based on the concept of a sundial. Over here, we have a beautiful piece called Watching by Lareina Holsopple, oil on canvas. This is part of her Crowd series, and it's been getting a lot of attention. So on top, we have two still life paintings by Lareina Holsopple, oil on hardboard panel, still life of banana and orange slices. And here we have an abstract by Laura Litt. Okay, this gorgeous flower arrangement is by Ornamento. We were paired up for the show and we already knew each other, and I sent her just a very early idea of the booth and I said, just do you, and she came up with this absolutely beautiful arrangement. This is a new artist I'm working with. Her name is Sharon Shapiro, and this piece is called Soft Conjuring. I specifically wanted to show this here at the Antiques Show, Art and Antiques Show. I think it has a lot of themes that we can all relate to. This is another incredible piece by Sharon Shapiro. This is originally a collage that she blew up and printed on fiber paper mounted to dye bond, and this is called Made in America. Up on top, we have a wall sculpture by Laura Litt called Plum Twist, and we have a portrait by Lareina Holsopple, oil on hardboard panel. Over here, we have an oil on canvas by Laura Doolin. Laura Doolin is also known as Laura Litt, and up until a point, she was a figurative, realistic painter. After motherhood, she started delving into abstraction, and I think it's just a fascinating transition. She's also incredibly talented in all mediums, which is rather rare. So this is her Ophelia. This is called Amelia. Here we have Sitting in the Park by Justina Blakeney, a new painting from Justina. Up top, we have Floral Scarf, which is a charcoal pastel on black paper by Justina Blakeney, and her beautiful, iconic Unplug. Letting my cycle flow through me back to the earth like roots, like water, nourishing, flourishing, flowing, knowing. I thought that paired well with Aspic by Laura Litt. This is one of Laura's wall sculptures. This is the first wall sculpture I saw of Laura Litt's that moved me so much years ago when I first encountered it. Back here we have another piece by Sharon Shapiro. This one is called Lady Lazarus, like the Sylvia Plath poem. As you can see, it's sort of like a family portrait, and yet she gave the woman in the front a bloody nose, I think, to add a little bit of realism to it. Up here we have a print of another Laura Litt painting, and up here is Nude Dancing in the Rain, and the rain on this piece is actually embroidered onto the canvas. Okay, I'll let you come over here. We have Nude and Recline by Lareina Holsopple. Pearl by Laura Litt, and two more pieces by Sharon Shapiro. And I love these. One of them is a collage and one of them is a painting she made of the collage of the same scene. So this amazing piece is by Ginger Rose Brucker. In addition to being a beautiful harpist, Ginger Rose is an astrophotographer, and she took this photo with her telescopic camera of the eclipse. This is literally a photo of the eclipse, and we printed it on glass with this mirror backing, and it's glorious. It's been very, very popular at the show. Okay, and here we have two more sculptures by Susanna Speirs Ali. This is from her Comfort series, and this one is solid aluminum. It's one of the double pillows, and it's solid aluminum with a bright silver finish. And this piece is called Hush. This is a piece of furnace cast glass that sits inside this metal structure. So here is one of Susanna Speirs Ali's vessels. This is a copper vessel that she hand hammered from a giant copper sheet. A lot of her vessels are representative of the female form, and these structures specifically about the body and architecture. This is impeccably welded steel structure on the outside, and the vessel hangs here in the center. One of the themes behind this piece is codependence. This is called Scarab, also by Laura Litt. I'm so obsessed with her work, I had to bring many pieces out here. I couldn't decide. This piece is called Waiting by Lareina Holsopple, oil on canvas. Has kind of a mid-century feel to it. It's also been one of the favorites in the booth. Here we have three more paintings by Justina Blakeney. Valerie on Red Poof, September, I'll Be Patient. And here, this one is called 2025. I think this is quite representative of the year that the artist has had. And here again, Justina Blakeney has the wire hair coming off the canvas. And it's incredible. Right here, lighting the entry, is another one by Laura Litt called Feral. And behind it is one of her abstract paintings. In her move from figuration to abstraction, she says that these three-dimensional beings come to her through meditation. I just find them to be so satisfying. And then we have two more still lifes by Lareina Holsopple. We have Pineapple Slices and Still Life of Orange. Welcome to the womb. So we created a womb in the center of our booth to house Restoration by Susanna Speirs Ali. The way that she's able to create this vessel from copper and make this such a bodily form on the tip of it, it's part of the beauty of her work. Again, about the body and architecture and this beautifully welded steel architecture holding the vessel. Here inside the womb, we have a kiln cast glass installation by Susanna Speirs Ali. This is what she calls kerf. Kerf is what's left after you make the cut. These are cast from actual branches, and everyone is slightly different. And they're also representative of the female body and the idea of choice. They're installed here spiraling upwards. Also the notion of growth, which is not linear, and the choices that we all make that lead us in life. This piece is called Silent Symphony by Katrien Van der Schueren. We commissioned this piece specifically for the booth, so she made it 4 feet wide by 12 feet tall for this wall. It's hand sculpted in concrete, plaster, and liquid bronze. So here on the outer wall of our booth, we're showcasing more wall sculptures by Laura Litt. This one is a little bit scary, but it's called Ghost. This one is called Imminence, and even my 7-year-old son said, "Oh, the cloud is crying." Here we have WTF by Dopez. Diana Lopez, she goes by Dopez, New York City street photographer and poetess. And so many people are stopping to look at this image. It can be no other city in the world. It's a New York City street corner. And she just took this when the light was exactly right, came out so beautifully. Here we have 6 drawings by Laura Litt. So figuration, realism, abstraction, two-dimensional, three-dimensional. She can really do it all. These are colored pencil and marker. And again, I think they're just stunning. These three ladies are also by Laura Litt. I believe this one is actually based on the artist's likeness. And their expressions, the way that they are emerging from the table, has really caught the attention of a lot of people here. This is a table designed by ChinChin Design, Chinmaya Misra. She's an Indian designer working out of Los Angeles, and it's based on the ancient Indian game of Parcheesi. And you can see it has all of these different legs and also representing all of the different paths that take us through our life as we travel. Okay, these chairs are designed by Studio Apotroes. Apotroes is the witchy term for knock on wood for good luck. And she designed this collection of 12 dining chairs inspired by a collection of African picks and combs that her grandmother had. As you can see, each chair has a completely different silhouette. We're showing 3 of them here, and then we have all 12 of the miniatures here to show you the full set. And the designer encourages clients to ask their loved ones to choose which one is their favorite, and you can even have it engraved. And then around your table, you have this collection of chairs that represent your loved ones. I thought that was just such a beautiful idea. She's all about sustainability, and the chairs are made in San Antonio. They're beautifully made, and they're made for all body types, very comfortable. Here we have a silvered reverie, also made for the show by Clair Van der Schueren. She's a beautiful furniture designer. We showed some of her work in the Female Gaze last year at the Pacific Design Center. And as I said, she made this specifically for the show. It's all silver leaf. It has been sealed. And then you can see on the bottom this very organic, like giant pebble that it's sitting on. And it's just perfection, sort of like Clair herself. This is a pure marble sculpture that she also made for the show. And originally we were going to put it on a pedestal, but we saw a picture of it in nature and it looked so beautiful. So she ended up getting this Japanese white sand to put this on. It's beautiful. Here we have an amazing new rug collaboration with Melina Finkelstein, who has collaborated with 2 artists to make these beautiful felt rugs. Kira Morgan, an artist working in Los Angeles, she took her painting and turned it into this beautiful rug that has been felted by a group of women in Nepal, an all-women collective. And this one by Jen Garrido, same thing. Jen Garrido is also a fine artist, and it's called Painting on the Floor. I just absolutely love this concept. I think they're stunning. Okay, thank you for joining us here at the Art Wolf Gallery at the San Francisco Fall Show. See you back in Los Angeles.